It's just a penny, right? Think again. One tiny Lincoln cent has sold for over $1 million. Do you have one hiding in your change jar? Top 1. In the numismatic world, few coins capture the imagination quite like the humble Lincoln penny. And among its countless variations, the 1971 Lincoln penny with a mint mark stands as a quiet but powerful symbol of America's ever-evolving history and the hidden treasures lying in plain sight. Imagine walking down the street or sorting through a jar of change, and there it is, a small, reddish-brown disc no bigger than your fingertip. But behind that familiar face of Abraham Lincoln lies a rich tale that stretches across minting floors, historical milestones, collector obsessions, and the echo of hammers at high-stakes auctions. The year was 1971. The Vietnam War was still raging, the U.S. economy faced high inflation, and the spirit of the civil rights movement was pressing forward. Amid this backdrop, the United States Mint continued its unassuming job, producing the coins that kept the nation's commerce flowing. But not all coins were created equal. At the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, copper pennies bearing the iconic Lincoln design were being struck in the millions. And while many were forgotten as soon as they left the mint, a few would go on to become legends. Those pennies bore more than just the profile of a president. They carried with them stories of human hands and metal machines. On the obverse, Lincoln's stern but noble visage, sculpted decades earlier by Victor David Brenner, remained a constant reminder of unity in a divided era. And beneath his image, a tiny mint mark, D for Denver or S for San Francisco. That single letter transformed a common coin into something extraordinary. For collectors, the mint mark changes everything. The 1971 S. Lincoln penny, struck at the San Francisco Mint, was never intended for regular pocket change. Instead, it was part of proof sets, coins struck with extraordinary care for collectors. Deep, mirror-like fields, razor-sharp details, and careful packaging made these coins stand out. Meanwhile, the 1971 D penny, made in Denver, was struck for circulation and bore its own quirks and varieties, from doubled dies to misaligned strikes. But why would a 1-cent coin, minted in the millions, attract such attention today? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and demand, the three golden pillars of coin collecting. While billions of 1971 Lincoln pennies exist, finding one in pristine condition, especially with specific error types or high-quality strikes, is another story. Coins with strong doubling, clear mint marks, or exceptionally high grades can sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. One such case occurred at a Heritage Auctions event, where a 1971 S-proof Lincoln penny, graded PR69 DCM by PCGS, dazzled the room with its mirror-like finish and flawless surfaces. Bidding was fierce, and the final hammer price rang out, $1,495. That's right, nearly $1,500 for a penny that, under different circumstances, could have bought just a stick of gum. And then there's the Denver Mint version, the 1971 D. Lincoln penny. While more common in raw numbers, certain errors and high-grade examples have stunned even seasoned numismatists. At a great collections auction, a remarkably preserved 1971 D penny graded MS67RD by NGC reached an astonishing $2,115. The coin's luster, perfect strike, and rich red color made it a centerpiece of attention. Who would believe a single cent could fetch over $2,000? But not every valuable 1971 penny is pristine. Some owe their worth to their imperfections, dramatic off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets. These mistakes, often caught in the fast-paced world of mass production, have become treasures to collectors seeking uniqueness. One 1971 D. Lincoln cent with a striking off-center error sold on eBay for over $350, proving that sometimes the mistakes are worth more than perfection. As the years have passed, the legacy of the 1971 Lincoln penny has only grown. Collectors scour rolls, attend estate sales, and bid online in search of those rare gems. They talk about red coins, pennies that retain their full original copper brilliance. They analyze every detail under microscopes, hunting for double dies where letters appear ghosted or stretched, for signs of a rare die variety that could turn a pocket change penny into a payday. And as demand grows, so too do the values. The coin that was once casually tossed into fountains or dropped between couch cushions is now being placed in airtight holders, sent for certification, and entered into competitive auctions. Each one tells a story of mint workers and collectors, of a nation's economy, of error and perfection, and of the thrill of the hunt. In the chapters that follow, we'll dive deeper into every aspect of this captivating coin. We'll uncover how each mint handled the 1971 production, explore the subtle differences between mint marks, study famous errors, track down jaw-dropping auction results, and hear from collectors who struck copper gold. Whether you're new to the world of numismatics or a seasoned pro, the story of the 1971 Lincoln penny with mint mark is one that will leave you looking at your change with new eyes and maybe even checking the bottom of that old jar again. Top 2. In the quiet buzz of a 1975 minting floor, a small copper coin was born. It was tiny, ordinary to some, just another 1-cent piece rolling off the press. But for collectors decades later, that same coin would become a key to stories of history, mystery, and surprising value. This is the tale of the 1975 Lincoln penny with a mint mark, an often overlooked yet fascinating chapter in American coinage. And while millions were made, a select few, especially those with pristine condition and special traits, would later demand thousands of dollars at auctions, leaving even seasoned collectors amazed. To understand the true importance of the 1975 penny, we must step back in time, not just to 1975, but to the origin of the Lincoln cent itself. First introduced in 1909, the Lincoln penny was a monumental release. Not only was it the first U.S. coin to bear the portrait of an actual president, but it also marked the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured the unmistakable profile of Lincoln on the obverse, while the original reverse showcased 2 wheat stalks hugging the words 1 cent. This simple but strong design carried deep national symbolism and quickly found a place in the hearts of Americans. Fast forward to 1959, the wheat reverse was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial, marking the sesquicentennial of Lincoln's birth. This shift, which would still be present in 1975, was designed by Frank Gasparo and brought an added layer of detail, even including a tiny representation of Lincoln sitting in his memorial. For many years, this design would remain unchanged, and by 1975, the Lincoln Memorial reverse had become a defining characteristic of the modern penny. The year 1975 itself was a moment of change, uncertainty, and growth in America. The country was recovering from the aftershocks of the Watergate scandal. Gerald Ford was president, steering the nation with steady hands, hoping to restore confidence in the American government. Technology and space exploration were moving forward. Culturally, Americans were redefining values and freedoms. Amid all this, the United States Mint was quietly continuing its work, producing the humble yet essential penny. The 1975 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark, usually used for proof coins. Each mint had its own distinct features in terms of quality and quantity. But it's those with mint marks, the 1975 D and the 1975 S, that carry the most intrigue. Why? Because mint marks tell a story, where a coin came from, how it was handled, and in many cases, how rare it might be. Let's first take a closer look at the 1975 D Lincoln penny. Minted in Denver, over 4.5 billion of these coins were produced. That's a staggering number, making the base version of the coin extremely common. However, not all coins are created equal. Some coins struck at the Denver Mint showed sharper detail, fewer imperfections, and in rare cases, striking errors that would later become highly collectible. Coins with doubling on the date or mint mark, off-center strikes, or those struck on the wrong planchets have fetched hundreds, even thousands of dollars. One such 1975 D penny, graded MS 67 plus red by PCGS, sold for a jaw-dropping $4,313 at Heritage Auctions in Dallas, Texas. Its pristine condition and deep red luster made it irresistible to collectors hunting for top-tier examples. Now, what about the 1975 S. Lincoln penny? Produced in San Francisco, these were primarily proof coins, specially made for collectors with a mirror-like finish and sharp details. While the production of 1975 S-proof pennies was much lower than their Denver or Philadelphia counterparts, just over 2.8 million, they were not meant for circulation. As such, they tend to be better preserved, but their value largely depends on the quality of the strike and whether they were maintained in perfect condition. One brilliant 1975 S-proof penny graded PR 70D Sim Deep Cameo sold for $1,450 in a Stacksbauer's auction, a testament to how even modern coins can command significant value under the right conditions. But the most enticing aspect of these coins isn't just their value. It's their journey. Each penny carries a mystery: where it was spent, who held it, what lives it touched. Imagine a 1975 D penny minted in Denver being used to buy candy from a corner store in Kansas in the summer of '75. Decades later, that same coin, untouched and perfectly preserved, might appear in a coin show in California, drawing the attention of a seasoned collector who sees not just copper, but a slice of history. Some collectors became obsessed with the minor variations among 1975 Lincoln pennies. There are small but noticeable differences in how the mint marks were applied, especially in the Denver coins. In 1975, mint marks were still being punched into the dies by hand, which meant every mint mark was slightly different. These differences can mean everything in the world of coin collecting. A misplaced D, a repunched S, or a weakly struck mint mark could raise the eyebrow of an expert and trigger a bidding war among enthusiasts. Even more captivating are error coins from this year. The 1975 Lincoln penny is known to have a handful of notable errors: off-center strikes, double dies, and even coins struck on dime planchets have made appearances at coin shows and auctions. One rare example was a 1975 D penny struck 10% off-center that sold for $375, while another, a 1975 S-proof penny with a dramatic strike-through error, was valued at over $600. Each error tells a story of a fleeting moment on the mint floor, an accident frozen in time and preserved in metal. For new collectors, the 1975 Lincoln penny represents an accessible entry into numismatics. It's a coin that still circulates, still appears in pocket change, yet offers a surprising depth of collectible value when condition, rarity, and minting anomalies are taken into account. For experienced numismatists, it's a piece that connects eras, bridging the classic appeal of Lincoln's visage with the modern intricacies of mint technology and collector grading. The value of a coin is often more than its price. It's in the thrill of the hunt, the stories behind each mint mark, and the satisfaction of discovering a hidden gem in a sea of copper. That's what makes the 1975 Lincoln penny, especially those bearing a mint mark, so captivating. Top 3. In the bustling year of 1980, amidst the echoes of disco music and the dawn of a new digital age, a humble copper coin quietly emerged from the Philadelphia Mint. This coin, the 1980 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, might seem ordinary at first glance. Yet, beneath its modest appearance lies a rich tapestry of history, artistry, and unexpected value. As you hold this penny, imagine the hands it has passed through, the pockets of students, the cash registers of small-town diners, the piggy banks of children saving for their dreams. Each coin carries stories, and the 1980 Lincoln penny is no exception. The obverse of the coin features the enduring profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a design crafted by Victor David Brenner. This portrayal, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday, has become an iconic symbol of American resilience and leadership. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands tall, a testament to unity and strength, designed by Frank Gasparo in 1959. Composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, the 1980 penny weighs 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Its reddish hue and solid feel distinguish it from the zinc-based pennies that would follow in later years. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 7.4 billion of these pennies. The absence of a mint mark signifies its origin from Philadelphia, a tradition that continued until the introduction of the Mint mark on certain coins in later years. While the vast majority of these pennies circulated widely and remain common, certain specimens have captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts. Uncirculated coins, especially those graded MS-67 red, have fetched impressive sums at auctions. For instance, a pristine 1980 no-mint mark penny achieved a remarkable price of $2,232 at a Heritage Auctions event in 2017. But what elevates a simple penny to such heights? The answer lies in the world of mint errors and exceptional preservation. Some 1980 pennies exhibit a double die obverse, where elements like the date and the word Liberty appear slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during the minting process. These errors can significantly increase a coin's value, with certain examples selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Other intriguing errors include coins struck on the wrong planchet, such as a penny mistakenly minted on a dime's blank. Such anomalies are rare and highly sought after, with one such coin selling for over $1,000. Off-center strikes, die caps, and other unique imperfections further add to the allure and value of these coins. For collectors, the thrill lies not just in the coin's monetary worth but in the stories it tells and the mysteries it holds. Each error, each pristine surface, offers a glimpse into the intricate world of coin production and the serendipitous events that can turn an everyday object into a prized treasure. So, the next time you come across a 1980 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for the subtle signs of uniqueness, the hints of history etched into its surface. Who knows? You might just be holding a small fortune in the palm of your hand. Top 4. In the early months of 1981, as Americans went about their daily lives in the backdrop of a changing world, Ronald Reagan had just taken office as the 40th President of the United States. A seemingly ordinary coin began its journey into circulation. The 1981 Lincoln penny, struck without a mint mark, flowed through the hands of millions, often overlooked for its face value of 1 cent. Yet hidden in plain sight was a story of subtle change, numismatic interest, and unexpected value. Most people didn't give much thought to the pennies in their pockets. They jingled in purses, gathered in jars, and were casually dropped into vending machines. But coin collectors, those keen-eyed hobbyists with a passion for history, saw something more in these copper-colored tokens. The 1981 Lincoln penny, minted in Philadelphia, which traditionally doesn't bear a mint mark, was among the final full production runs of pennies composed mostly of copper. Just 1 year later, in 1982, the U.S. Mint would make a monumental shift to a primarily zinc composition. The coin itself bore the iconic design created by Victor David Brenner. Abraham Lincoln's solemn, thoughtful profile graced the obverse, while the reverse displayed the classic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. It was a design Americans had seen for decades, but the 1981 penny stood as a last hurrah for the composition that had defined U.S. cents for over a century. With a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and a weight of 3.11 grams, its copper makeup gave it a distinctive feel and resonance when dropped, a subtle detail appreciated by seasoned collectors. But the magic of the 1981 Lincoln penny without a mint mark wasn't just in its metallurgy or design. It was also in the mysteries and nuances of its strike. While Philadelphia minted coins typically lacked a mint mark, several varieties and die differences became the focus of collector intrigue. Some 1981 pennies displayed strong, crisp lettering, while others showed signs of weak strikes or doubling characteristics that sent collectors down rabbit holes of research and comparison. As years passed, what was once common began to grow scarce and high-grade. Circulation wore down the details. Time darkened the luster. But a few uncirculated specimens, carefully preserved in rolls or discovered in original mint sets, began to emerge in the spotlight. Collectors, particularly those chasing high mint state grades, started paying more attention to the 1981 no-mint mark penny. Grading became everything. The difference between a coin valued at a few cents and one fetching hundreds, or even thousands, at auction came down to strike, surface preservation, and eye appeal. A near-flawless 1981 Lincoln Cent graded MS67RD by PCGS or NGC could spark bidding wars. After all, in the realm of modern pennies, perfection is exceedingly rare. The most compelling example came at a major auction house event, the 2021 Heritage Auctions U.S. Coin Signature Sale. A pristine 1981 Lincoln Cent without a mint mark, certified as MS67RD by PCGS, commanded an astonishing final price of $4,406.25. The bidding was intense, with collectors vying for a piece of modern numismatic perfection. What made this coin so special wasn't just its condition, it was a representative of an era ending, a tangible link to a pre-zinc age. This single auction turned heads in the coin collecting community. Articles were written, forums buzzed with speculation, and YouTube videos began to pop up exploring the possibility that you, too, could find such a coin in pocket change or a forgotten coin jar. Suddenly, the 1981 Lincoln penny without a mint mark wasn't just history, it was treasure. Collectors began revisiting their stashes, squinting at the small dates and letters under magnifying glasses, hopeful to uncover their own copper jackpot. Dealers reported increased demand for original bank-wrapped rolls of 1981 cents. Coin grading services noticed a spike in submissions. A new wave of excitement surged through the numismatic world. For many, the allure of the 1981 Lincoln penny goes beyond its market value. It represents a crossroads of tradition and transformation. It's a nod to the craftsmanship of American coinage, the subtlety of minting changes, and the ever-present potential for discovery in even the most mundane objects. And so, as we delve into the world of this small copper coin, we find ourselves reminded of a simple truth. History is all around us, sometimes tucked away in a penny jar. And with a bit of curiosity and luck, even a 1-cent piece can hold a story worth thousands. Top 5. In the vast world of coin collecting, few coins have sparked as much intrigue and fascination as the 1982 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. At first glance, it appears to be just another penny, but beneath its unassuming exterior lies a story rich in history, change, and unexpected value. The year 1982 was a pivotal moment for the U.S. Mint. Rising copper prices forced a significant change in the composition of the penny. For decades, pennies were made primarily of copper, but economic pressures led to a transition to a copper-plated zinc composition. This shift wasn't instantaneous. Both copper and zinc pennies were minted throughout the year, resulting in a unique overlap that has since captivated collectors. Adding to the complexity, the 1982 pennies came in two distinct date sizes, large date and small date. These variations, combined with the two different metal compositions, resulted in multiple versions of the 1982 penny. For collectors, this meant a treasure trove of possibilities, each with its own story and potential value. The absence of a mint mark on the 1982 penny indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Unlike the Denver and San Francisco mints, which used D and S mint marks respectively, the Philadelphia Mint traditionally did not use a mint mark on its coins. This detail, while subtle, plays a significant role in identifying and valuing these pennies. One of the most sought-after versions is the 1982 small date penny made of copper. These coins weigh approximately 3.11 grams, distinguishing them from their zinc counterparts, which weigh about 2.5 grams. The small date copper pennies are particularly rare and have fetched impressive sums at auctions. For instance, A 1982 small-date copper penny in pristine condition once sold for nearly $10,000, highlighting the immense value these coins can hold. But what makes these pennies so valuable? It's a combination of factors: the transitional period of minting, the rarity of certain variations, and the condition of the coin. Coins with errors, such as double die strikes or off-center minting, can further increase a penny's value. Collectors are always on the lookout for these anomalies, as they represent unique moments in minting history. For those interested in exploring the world of coin collecting, the 1982 Lincoln penny serves as a perfect starting point. It's a coin that embodies change, both in its physical composition and its place in numismatic history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, the story of the 1982 penny offers a fascinating glimpse into the intricate world of coinage. In conclusion, the 1982 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is more than just a piece of currency. It's a testament to a transformative period in U.S. minting history. Its variations, errors, and the stories they tell continue to captivate collectors worldwide. So, the next time you come across a penny from 1982, take a closer look. You might just be holding a valuable piece of history.